It is Saturday night, November 25th, 2017, a hockey night in Canada in San Jose, and the Sharks show up this game, taking down their West Side Story rival Winnipeg Jets 4-0. And this is Teal Town After Dark. We are your live and interactive Sharks post-game show. We do this after every game. Seriously, we do. It'd be awesome. Hi, everyone. Be a part of the show. You can chat with us and fellow Sharks fans in the YouTube chat on the page or on the app. You can also check us out on Teal Town USA on the Twitter machine. You can use the hashtag to interact with us throughout the show. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, and the YouTube channel. Hey everyone, it's Eric. You can follow me on Twitter at PuckGuy14. With me tonight from Music City, USA, it is the one, the only, the lovely Rocket Backhander.
I'm that half-sister that went away when she was 7 and you never heard from again. I'm back. Rocket Backhander.
And joining me a little closer to my neck of the woods, my fellow Notch Bro, Gentry Alexander. What's up, Notch Bro?
Oh, I'm doing good. How about you guys? Woo!
Oh, God. Oh, no, not the woo. Not the woo.
Oh, want to know who my favorite Mighty Ducks character is? Kenny, woo!
I thought you just missed Worcester that much. Or you just really wanted to go to Arizona for a Coyotes game against the Sharks.
No, I just really wanted to watch Doctor. Woo!
Oh, boy.
I thought you were just a big fan of Nature Boy.
Oh, is that Ric Flair? Woo!
Oh.
Ric Flair. Ooh.
Me, I was always
Ghost.
No, I'm doing good. How about you guys? Hope you all had a good holiday, and let's get ready to talk about some happy hockey for once.
Yes. First off, it's great to see you two again. Great to have you on. Hope you two did have an awesome holiday, and hope you all had an awesome holiday. Pretend Black Friday didn't happen, all that fun stuff yesterday. But nonetheless, let's talk about this game as the Sharks take on the Winnipeg Jets as it's a West Side Story game. Rekindled. All right, I'll stop. My bad. Shame.
Every time Eric snaps and makes a West Side Story reference, you take a drink.
Well,
all right, that's fair.
If we take a drink for every time you guys woo, oh man, we're in trouble.
Well, I hope you all don't have alcohol poisoning after that because it's going to happen quite a bit. Woo!
All right, let's get going on this broadcast with talk about the first period of this game where we saw a power play goal. Yes, a power play goal by the Sharks, mind you. They went 1 for 2 on the night, but they started to get going early with Tim Heed's third of the year from Money, Kevin in the bank, and Jumbo Joe Thornton at 11:30. Nice howitzer from Tim Heed, Rocket, to get things going at 1-0.
Yeah, that was nice, wasn't it?
Pretty.
I thought it was kind of interesting that there were so many guys from the Barracuda who were on that unit out there on that ice when that play happened.
A bank. Yeah, no, it's quite interesting, and quite interesting how they've been working that out. Gentry, what did you think of the howitzer from Tim Heed?
It was a great shot. Heed is really proving why he deserves to be in the lineup right now. His shots are on point. He reminds me of when Brent Burns used to kind of fire it on the net and it would go in like at an alarming rate. But I think the best part about that whole power play was the setup and the net front presence that was being provided by Joe Pavelski, which screened the goalie and allowed the puck to kind of skeet by. It was great. I think that's how all the power play should be on, is rapid puck movement and accurate shots. Good things happen when you put pucks to the net. Woo!
Oh my God, you're gonna do that the whole show. Oh, oh gosh. Oh man.
Well, come on. Every time I've been on this show, it's been after a depressing loss with a disallowed goal. So I want to feel excited about something.
You know
Wait,
what?
whoa, Jeffrey, what is going on behind you on your television?
Oh, I'm watching GoldenEye.
Oh, all right. That's such a good soundtrack.
Yep. No, I was watching GoldenEye. I was thinking about putting Goon on in the background, but I've already done that once this year.
The one thing that I would mention before we even got into the goals was there was we won't say disallowed goal, but the referee blew the whistle before the puck had entered the net off of a Joe Ward shot. And I quickly tweeted out, "Oh no, not again." How many times are we going to get no goals, or are we going to get the intent to blow, or all this stuff? It's crazy. Again,
it's the name of the game when you're a Sharks fan. Just look for any and all excuses to get screwed over. I mean, unless you're in the NBC division, or you're the Blackhawks, or you have Connor McJesus on your team, or you're gonna get screwed over unless you have one of those three.
I think that at this point, building this much adversity is only going to strengthen the discipline of this group. I mean, God, how many disallowed goals have they had? And like, they've had so many opportunities just to get super frustrated and clear the damn bench in a brawl against the other team, and then drag the referees in it, and somebody will grab the net, throw it off at somebody. They've had so many opportunities to just go sideways with how many bad calls have been placed in front of them. But as I've learned here in Nashville, if the Lord can lead you to it, the Lord can lead you through it. And I think that this whole crap poop load of negative experience adversity is really going to help them go into the second quarter of the season.
praise the Rocket backhander.
Pala Jeweler. Woo!
Woo!
Want to know what my favorite commercials was growing up? The Pillsbury Doughs boy. Woo! There's a chance I can get that. Any chance I can get that reference in, I'm gonna find a way of sneaking it through the five. Woo!
Oh God.
Oh my God.
So Sharks win a game tonight. That's a thing.
That's a thing. So moving onward. So near the end of the period, Logan Couture on a line change comes in, picks up the loose puck off the rebound, makes it 2-0 Sharks. Logan with his 12th on the year from Braun and Entry's favorite defenseman, Vlasic, on the play there. Earlier in the period, Yannick Hansen had a wicked slap shot that I think stunned Chris Mason, the Winnipeg goaltender, and he eventually did not return after the period for this game. So overall thoughts on the first, Rock?
Yeah, if anything, this team seems like it was designed to play the Winnipeg Jets of all teams. Why? Because they let the Winnipeg Jets do most of the heavy lifting through the neutral zone and into their own zone. So the Sharks they set up, if they had to play in the defensive zone, they went to like 98% defense and didn't do that much offensive motion towards the neutral zone. It was more like they just sort of chipped it out and chased it, or chipped it out and then let one of the Jets catch it and then push it back into their zone and then just take it from them in the Jets end. Like, it was a weird thing to watch, and I'm not sure that this system, well, yeah, I am sure that this system is not going to work with a bunch of other teams, because we've seen it not work with a bunch of other teams. I get that Pete's got a real heavy defensive system going with this group. And I think that that's been really – it's been good. If you look at the scoreboard, there hasn't been that many blowouts. There hasn't been like a 10-0 or a 7-0 blowout this season. And, you know, that can be really demoralizing. So I think like a bunch of 2-1 losses or 0-3 losses are better than 2 or 3 10-zip, 7-zip, like, you know, those heavy ones. So at least it's curing that. But it really is kind of hamstringing the rest of the production, because I just want to see him be a little bit more progressive through the neutral zone. The only person I really saw consistently grab the puck and try to take it through the neutral zone into the Jets' end of the ice was Chris Tierney. That wasn't a defenseman. A bunch of other times it was Burns chipping it in, or who's that guy? Brendan Dillon skating it in, like, you know, but it was either Tierney. And I would like to see more of the forwards take possession through the neutral zone into the other end. But like I said, this looked like the Sharks had been set up specifically to defeat the Winnipeg Jets. And if that were the case, mission accomplished, boys. Good job. Have a beer, steak dinner.
Amen to that. All right, Gentry, what did you take from the first?
Great, solid forechecking, a lot of good puck movements, winning board battles, which is something that I felt like they haven't been doing for the past couple of games, especially during the homestead and during like the first 2 periods of the Vegas game. I felt like their board play was severely lacking, and they were starting to win some of those. They were cycling the puck. They were getting their chances. They were making their shifts count, which is what I liked. And their defense was just, they locked it down and they got their chances. And when they did, they capitalized on them. I really loved that Couture goal that made it 2-0. It was just shooting pucks to the net, bouncing on rebounds, which is what you should be doing, you know, this whole time. And I know that it's, Mason gives up a lot of rebounds because, he gets paid $4 million to do that. Much like Mikhail Bodker gets paid $4 million just to skate around and look lost. But I honestly think that it was just it was relentless, and that's what they need to start doing more of, is being relentless on the puck. And burying your chances. Woo!
Oh, geez. All right. Moving on to the second period now. The Sharks really kind of buried the Jets in the ground here with a shorthanded goal by Logan Couture, his 13th on the year from Hurdle and Vlasic. So Vlasic with 2 assists on the night makes it 3-0. You two, I thought that was a nice breakout. Cooch had a number of chances in this game, and I thought, and even I think Randy mentioned it on the broadcast, he could have 4, and we could have had $1 million scoring winner, I thought, tonight.
Right. Like I said earlier, it was just about like this looked like the Sharks had been training specifically to beat the Winnipeg Jets.
So true. I feel like they were geared up for this game. I kind of felt like after the turd they laid last night, I feel like they all kind of gathered together and be like, okay, I think we partied a little bit too hard in Vegas. They showed hard towards the end of the game, and they kind of just sat back and said, we cannot allow starts like that to happen. So what do? They put on a gem of a game tonight. They pretty much were just, other than I believe shots. Hold on, let me grab my handy dandy stat.
They were 16-5 in favor of Winnipeg that period.
Hey, Puck Guy.
Yes, sir.
Where'd you get your shirt?
My shirt. Oh gosh, I know you guys seen his artwork. ePool88. Here, let me clear my lower third on there. I had asked him about his projects. He was saying that he was going to be putting some of his artwork on shirts. Eric Poole on Twitter, I think it's epool88, if I'm not mistaken, and just look for the link on there. I'm pretty sure he still has this one out there among others.
Cool.
Definitely.
But if you look at this, I mean, I'm gonna look at the stats. Like, this was a game in which, other than the shots on goal, the Sharks dominated. And the number one category that I am always, like harping on them for is face-offs. They were 62% to 38 on face-offs, which was great. The one thing that they still need to clean up on was the giveaways. They had 24 to the Jets 13s. So, but they also let him block shots, which was 21 to 14.
Yeah, they seem, outside the giveaways, they seem like they were all around the better team tonight.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
You see what I mean, though, about like the block shots and the giveaways? How like it felt like they let Winnipeg do a lot of the heavy lifting. They just sort of exploited everything else about them.
Yeah, and and the Jets outshot the Sharks 30 to 34.
Right.
So they didn't like pepper them like crazy. I mean, yes, 34 shots, of course, they get a lot on there, but still. And Martin Jones with a 38 save shutout. What did you guys think of Joner tonight?
You got to be more specific as to who you ask, Eric.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. My bad. Gentry, I'll start with you. What did you think of Joner tonight?
You know what? I think Jones was like really kind of boring but spectacular. He was kind of like I'm trying to think of like a really good movie analogy. He was just like one of those artsy films that it's like, it's boring to watch, but you're watching something special. But it looked like business as normal for Jones. He was solid. He had good, position when he was facing pucks. He was seeing a lot of the shots, and he kind of got lucky with a couple of post shots. But hey, in this game, it's all about a couple of inches here and a couple of inches there. So that's what she said. And I honestly, but like, yeah, Jones. You can't expect much from Jones. Like, when he's locked in, he's on his game. He's the best guy in Teal out there. That's why he gets paid the big bucks, and that's why he led us to the Stanley Cup final a couple years ago. It's just that. And honestly, you're kind of facing the Winnipeg Jets team that was kind of trending, that not trending down, but they've kind of been on a slump lately. So it was nice to see the Sharks capitalize on facing a weaker, slumping team and actually coming out on top.
They're really fast, though.
Yeah, I mean, you have to credit Winnipeg for being a strong speed and skill team. I mean, you have Laine.
I was about to say Patrick Laine is no slouch.
Yeah, I mean,
can I just say there was like Blake Wheeler. Holy crap! That guy is like in his early 30s, and it was just like wheeling and dealing out there. He had a lot of speed, and I'm just like, and his contract is up in a couple of years. Hey, I wouldn't mind if the Sharks went after him.
That might be a good idea. I agree with that. But yeah, that team is looking pretty good. They look like they're on their way to making a playoff spot, although they did get sidetracked from Martin Jones tonight with a 38 save shutout. He did, I think, take a puck in the upper body that kind of bugged him a little bit. And in fact, according to Kevin Kurz, he was being evaluated by the medical staff after the game, but no word on the nature of what he's dealing with. That tweet was put out about 10 minutes ago. That's concerning, but hopefully we'll get some more info before the Sharks head to Philly on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a huge loss if we lost Joner. But the thing that I can honestly say that the Sharks do have an abundance of depth-wise is goaltending. So I mean, that Dell can step in. Grosnick is no slouch, and and Bebo's got NHL experience. So you've got plenty of depth in goals to where you could give Jones a couple of games off just so that he can be fully healed and get back at it, which is what I like about this. The one thing I can say that's good about this organization.
Rocket, what would you to kind of chime off of that? If Jones is out for a specific period of time, who do you think gets to be? I would assume Dell's backup first and foremost.
No,
Considering
exactly.
considering Bebo has had the most of the load lately for the Barracuda. In how comfortable would you be with Dell being in net for a little more of an extended period of time if Jones isn't available for this road trip?
I have enough confidence in Aaron Dell that if he needs to start 4 or 5 games, then so be it. I mean, he's done it before, and he hasn't completely set himself into a garbage fire. Maybe 1 or 2 games are pretty bad, but the rest of them were all right. So what can you do? He's the world's okayest goalie. I have full faith in his capabilities. I have confidence.
I mean, if worse comes to worst, there's a goalie that's being passed around on waivers right now, like hot potato.
No. You can march that idea right out the door. No.
I like how me and Rocket both went no at the same time for that answer.
I think what you meant to say was Nemo.
No Nemo. Let's put it that.
No Nemo. Who do we want? Nemo. When do we want him? Never.
Oh man. Tyler Gong in the chat says, what do you guys have against Eddie Lack? Nothing at all. Eddie Lack, great person on Twitter. Rob Iman in the chat saying it has to be Bebo. Grosnick has been struggling. It's an interesting take because Bebo has played well. Let's see. I'm trying to see what else is in the chat.
Hey, what happened to Armalis? Did he sign with the Swiss League again, or did he just decide to quit hockey and go back to modeling full time?
I think he went back to I think he went back over to Europe.
Chat, anybody know?
Let me see here. He's currently playing for. Yeah, he's in the Swedish league. Yeah. Kevin Lacey's gonna kill me for saying. Oh no! I'm sorry. He's in the KHL. Dynamo Riga.
Yeah. Wow.
That's a
big jump in culture. Cool.
Yeah, and that's a big jump for the KHL too. That's one of their more well-known squads there. So with that, Brody and Curtis just went off the air. So we welcome everybody, including our visitors in Canada, especially those in Manitoba. This is Teal Town After Dark, your live and interactive Sharks postgame show. Yes, it is a Sharks postgame show. We did just give some kudos to Winnipeg for just a bit ago. But of course, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. We do this after every game, and we appreciate all your viewership and your support. Also, hit us on Twitter. We're down to just 19 away from hitting 2,000. We want to try and hit that, by the end of this road trip, and the same with the subscribers. We're 5 away from 600 subscribers on the YouTube post. So please get the word out about us. We appreciate it immensely. Thank you so much. And with that, we will finish up by talking about Tomas Hertl's empty net goal that sealed the deal really early, I thought. And I'm surprised that Winnipeg did pull their goalie late in the game, and it got a little testy there at the end as well. I know Dylan got into it with one of the Jets, and I guess they weren't planning their plans for Christmas. But overall thoughts, Rocket, about tonight, this 4-0 victory over the Jets.
Yeah, like I said, if the coaching has done their homework specifically for the Jets all season long, it looked amazing. You guys did great. I don't know what you guys are going to do against the other 29 teams in the league, but against the Jets, you look fabulous. they need stronger possession through the neutral zone with the puck. They need to stop chipping it forward. They need to start carrying it. I don't know how else to say it, and I'm probably wrong in some regard, but that's what they need to improve on, and that will help them with the rest of their game, I think. I strongly think that. But there were some good combinations out there tonight. I thought the power play seemed to be a little bit more inspired. And maybe Pete realizes that he needed to have a little bit of a soul searching with the identity of this team and his concept of the identity of this team. Maybe it's a little bit different, but maybe now he's kind of resolving the two so that they have a happy medium and will be able to go forward. Whatever. I'm still a Sharks fan. What you do?
Well said, my dear. Gentry, what did you take from tonight?
I was really surprised that empty netter goal wasn't reviewed. I thought that hurdle was offsides. I kind of felt like the NHL really missed a call there, which is not in the NHL's memo. They tend to be on every call 100%. If it gives us a chance of being screwed over, they are on it. So I don't know if the NHL in Toronto was just in a food coma from all the turkey that was sent. But yeah, I'm really glad my package reached the control room and put them all to sleep. So good for them. But no, I thought it was a nice thing. It was Burns to Pavelski with a sweet feed. And my biggest concern and criticism with the Sharks as of late have been not connecting on their passes. They have just been bouncing off sticks, and it's like the puck's allergic to them. And tonight I saw a lot more passes, connect, and which set up, good chances for the boys. So, if they can just continue on this trend, I'm down for it.
Yeah. Gen X in the chat says to you, change the foil under your toque, Gentry.
You know what?
Gen X, we love you.
If I want to live from you, Gen X, I'll rattle my zipper. How about that?
Oh boy.
Ay. All right. With that being said, we close the book on this game. 4-0 Sharks over the Jets. It's time to go and have an NHL wraparound, as there were plenty of games on this Saturday night, including in progress right now, the Kings and the Ducks. Of course, it goes and about to go into overtime. 2 seconds left. It's tied up 1-1.
Waiting for the earthquake at this point.
Yeah, same here, but make sure Disneyland doesn't fall apart.
I don't care. There's still Disney World. I don't care.
In Toronto, the Maple Leafs lose to the Capitals 4-2 as Ovechkin gets a hat trick. Excuse me. So Ovechkin with the hat trick, Vrana with the other goal for the Caps. Jake Gardiner and Nikita Zaitsev on the goals for the Maple Leafs as McElhaney takes the loss for Toronto. In Montreal, they found a way to score 3 goals as Carey Price returns to the net, shutting out the Buffalo Sabres 3-0 there. Petrie, Galchenyuk, and Byron all with goals for the Canadiens, as the Sabres go to 6-14 and 4 on the campaign, while the Canadians go to 9-12-3. In Ottawa, the Sens lose to the Islanders 2-1. Anders Lee and Jordan Eberle with goals there. Matt Duchene broke up the shutout for Yaroslav Halak, as Craig Anderson picks up the win for the Senators at 8-6.
Wait! I think you got that wrong. Senators did not win that game. Jordan Eberle scored it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Islanders won 2-1.
But you said Craig Anderson for the win.
Craig Anderson for the loss. My bad. See, I'm so used to when I see Halak on the score sheet that he loses.
No, he's only good for getting rid of Mashinter.
That's right. Inside joke, folks. Don't worry about it. In Detroit, the Devils in overtime win 4-3 as Boyle, Hall, Heisher, Gibbons all score goals for the Devils. David Booth, Anthony Mantha, and Booth again for the Red Wings as Howard takes the loss for Detroit. In Florida, the Battle of Brian Campbell, I guess you would say. Blackhawks beat the Panthers 4-1 as Hayden, Sod, Kane, and Taves, or Toes, if however you want to call it, score for the Hawks. And Jared McCann, former Vancouver Canuck, scores the only goal for the Panthers on the night. Should we start getting concerned about the Tampa Bay Lightning? They lose again 5-2, this time to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Brian Russ, Phil Kessel, Pierre Maguire's favorite scores twice. Phil Kessel scores twice on the power play as wow, that's a different name I've never seen before. Jari. Maybe I'm Jari. So Jari. All right. Takes the win for Pittsburgh. Budai takes the loss for Tampa Bay.
Right. Peter Budai?
Peter Budai.
Oh, I'm sorry that he took the loss, but it is nice that he is working in the NHL. Yay! Sorry. Have to fangirl for a minute.
All good. In the Desert Dogs lose to the Vegas Golden Knights 4-2 as the Knights now surpass the Atlanta Thrashers for most wins, surpassing them on the list for most wins by an expansion team. Nosek, Carlson, Holo, and Marchessault get goals for the Golden Knights.
Bro, get it right. Holla!
Oh, God, AJ's here. Crap. Sorry, my bad. Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Brandon Perlini get goals for the Desert Dogs as Wedgwood takes the loss. In St. Louis, the Blues 6, Wild 3, Stastny, Yaskin, Schwartz, Broziak, Schwartz again, and Blaise all get goals for the Blues, while Coyle, Mitchell, and Stahl get goals for the Wild as the Wild go to 11-9-3. The Blues hit the 35-point mark. In Colorado, the Flames take down the Avalanche 3-2 as Mikko Rantanen and Zadorov get goals for the Avalanche, while Hamilton, Furland, and Backlund get goals for the Flames as Rittich takes the win for Calgary on this evening as they go to 27 points, excuse me. So that is it right now. The Kings and Ducks are tied at 1 as the Kings are on a power play late in that game. And with that being said, checking in he's from home now, but he was at the game earlier, AJ Strong. AJ, how are you, good sir?
What's going on?
Well, not much. How was the game tonight?
Well, it was good.
How's Toby?
Disturbing my world too often. No, it was cool getting in there. They had there was a couple went by the Sharks Foundation kiosk, and they had some Hockey Fights Cancer pucks that were unsigned that were just available for $5. But then they had two. One, of course, Tim Heed, which I don't have, so I had to get it. It was only $10. They also had one other one, but I refused to buy it.
It was a Bodker, wasn't it?
No, because I already have Bodker. No, there's a guy who goes by the name Brendan Dillon.
Why did you refuse to buy it?
Because I already have one up here. I didn't have a Heat though.
But you could have said I would have paid you double.
Well, I'll look into it. It very well could still be there the next game. Let it go. Let it go.
Brendan, I'm sorry.
Oh my Lord! You got a sign, a very nice personalized sign behind you. Calm down.
I don't care. I love Brendan Dillon. I'm a huge supporter of his game and everything else. So the more things I have that are signed by hand, the happier I am, and I do not have a signed puck. I got to stick in a couple of signs in a jersey.
Interesting.
For those looking to help out Rocket Backhander, you can go to my website, 50 Shades of Teal, to help her out with all of her fan fiction needs with her and Brendan Dillon.
I'm a huge supporter of that kid's game. Yep.
Well, game, obviously great bounce back from Jones after getting yanked yesterday. So nice bounce back to get the shutout. I think everybody was hoping for the hat trick as well. The bobblehead experience. I can't imagine the Sharks doing it like this again in the future. No bueno.
Really?
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, this time, for every other giveaway that I've ever gotten at a Sharks game, it's always been given to you as you walk into the tank. And this time, for some bizarre reason, as you leave the building, and they actually were doing the giveaways outside. It wasn't like at the door giving to you as you go out the door. You literally had to go through the doors and go out to one of the sides where they were doing it. And you had, first off, there were only a couple people out there, at least where I was. So the lines were starting to get ridiculously long. And then you had people were getting irritated because it was taking so long. And, not everybody gets to the game at the same time, but the vast majority, they all leave at the same time. So you just had these ridiculous lines, and then you had people starting to scream about, oh, it's not like we have a train to catch or anything. For those of you who don't know, you can take that, take Caltrain or whatever, but it leaves pretty soon after games. So you had that issue with it. And what was to stop people from going to one line, getting a bobblehead, and then turning around and just going to the line over there and getting a bobblehead and then coming back? You could have, if I had the time and the inclination, I could have left there with 10 bobbleheads. And the funny thing is, our friend from the Sharks ticket rep, Maria, actually tweeted out, in case anyone was wondering, the amount of times I was called an idiot while handing someone a bobblehead was a great way to end my night. So clearly fans, that's not fair to her, but clearly fans not liking the way that they did this. And I said, and I responded saying, well, they should probably go back to handing them out when you come in. And she said, this isn't something new. We did it for the protection of our fans. Yeah. What?
Yeah, no, there was mentioned on the Hockey Night in Canada broadcast tonight that basically because of the controversy that happened with Marshawn Lynch not standing for the American anthem, but he stood for the Mexican anthem, they were kind of downplaying the entire situation about the Marshawn Lynch bobblehead. And to avoid a scene where they would toss the bobbleheads onto the ice and potentially causing a stir to cause potentially a tweet from the president of the United States, the organization decided to hand out the giveaway at the end as people were exiting. Now, this is not the first time they've done this, though.
You know what, though? That seems a little bit like the government's terrorist organization if they're acting out of fear.
So all because the orange idiot in the Oval can't keep his trap shut about something so trivial as to who takes a knee. I'm not saying what those NFL players are doing is trivial and why they're doing it. I'm saying the fact that President Bozo is so laser focused on that when there are so many bigger things to address, that this might be the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't push the Lynch bobblehead out then till like after football season at the very least or something, so that wouldn't even come into play.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna retweet it right now. In regards to it, Jeff M. Adams, who is a good friend of ours from Alberta, actually recorded, and I'll try to put the audio up really quick, see if I can it's a little tough on the audio, but
San Jose Sharks and the Winnipeg Jets, a game where people are going to be leaving with goodies. Now, take a look at this. It is a Marshawn Lynch bobblehead doll. He's not wearing his usual Oakland Raiders jersey, but this Sharks jersey because he's a big fan. Now, what we have here is a perfect clash of politics and sports. Marshawn Lynch did not stand for the national anthem in his game last week against the New England Patriots. He was called out on Twitter for that by Donald Trump. A very interesting situation. They are handing these out at the end of the game, not at the beginning, for two reasons. One, they don't want Trump fans leaving in protest. Two, they don't want them throwing them on the ice. Guys.
Oh my God. This is where we're at. Unbelievable.
so that's why it came out like that last night or tonight. Maria, we've said this millions of times, and we will say it again. We love you. We appreciate everything you do. It's a tough thing for them to do. I mean, the Sharks are pretty much in a rock and a hard place in this situation. If this happened tomorrow, would be completely different. Heck, I wonder if he was even supposed to drop the puck tonight. I don't know if we know about that at all.
Are the Raiders at home tomorrow?
The Raiders are at home tomorrow against the Broncos.
Okay. Well, either way, for this to become, it's so stupid.
I get it for the safety, because if you're sitting in the lower level and some idiot throws their bobblehead from 212 and it hits you on the head, I mean,
yeah.
Look, all good hockey fans know that if the guy next to you throws a bobblehead, you tackle him. That's just all there is to it, all right? So throw everything you want, you're going to get tackled. That's just how it is. You're going to get tackled. You might get kicked around a little bit, but you're not just going to throw something and get out of there willy-nilly. You're going to get tackled.
And for that matter, you catch them and then sell them all on eBay for about $125.
Exactly.
I haven't even looked yet. I should probably look pretty soon to see what they're going for. The other fun part of the evening. Whoops, that's not right, kids. Hold on. I just realized that everybody had their lower third going, so I had to get mine going as well. Sharky read me the riot act tonight, so that was quite fun.
Oh my God, Sharky's riot act.
No, he was quite upset with me, so we at least we straightened that out.
Just remember who loves you, Sharky.
Yep.
Did you show him the money? I know you showed him the money, AJ.
I did. I tweeted him a picture of the seat, but it was all good. We're all fine now.
Oh, good. Glad you had a good time at the game. That was awesome. And
yeah, I know it was 17,176 somewhere in there, I believe, for the attendance. And again, that's a ticket scanned, not tickets used. Because unfortunately, it was a little empty tonight. But then again, Thanksgiving weekend, you could have family potentially in dominating your time. But I will say, once that fourth goal went in, it was just mass exodus.
Probably smart on people's parts because they were going to get that bobblehead at the end.
Yeah, but the funny thing is though is that you'll they can control who's, or for the most part, it's much harder to get a couple of whatever the giveaway is when you're coming in, because like I said, if you had the time and the inclination, you could have just bounced from spot to spot to spot and left there with 10 different bobbleheads. As you can see, I only have 2.
Of course.
And yet no Brendan Dillon pucks.
You are so in trouble, AJ.
Should have never brought that up.
Oh boy.
God damn you.
All right. So moving onward, one thing, Douglas Murray was at the game tonight, and he was promoting a Sharks alumni versus the North Bay Guns and Hoses Hockey Club. That's going to take place on December 8th at Snoopy's Home Ice, which is probably one of my favorite ice rinks ever. That's up in Santa Rosa, to help raise funds for the community up there following those devastating fires in the North Bay. If you're in the area, I would think you got to check out the North Bay Guns and Hoses Hockey Club on the Facebook site, and they would have more information. Otherwise, I think it's also Sharks Alumni Foundation.com for more information on that. There's something for a worthy cause for that. That's coming up on December 8th. Getting ready, the Sharks are going to head out on a 4-game road trip coming on here. They'll start on Philly on Tuesday. Jet, I'll start with you. What do you expect from the guys as they head to Philly in the land of cheesesteaks?
A better game than what we got with the first one of the season, which the Sharks laid a turd. I think that you're going to see, hopefully, Jones makes it out, but I could see Dell starting the game against him. And I'm hoping for a nice old-time hockey game with a lot of hitting and, a lot of scoring, preferably for the team in Teal. And a Hattie from Burns would be nice.
That'll really get things going for sure. Rock, what do you think for the Flyers on Tuesday night or Tuesday afternoon-ish, I guess?
Gotta be a little bit of a different lineup for the Philadelphia Flyers with that Radko Gudas out there who's serving a 10-game suspension for that little high stick to the face. You can't do that. The Flyers are fast. They've got a couple of really nice sets of hands on that lineup. I don't know if they have the endurance to out-finesse the Sharks for 3 periods. Let's see if the Sharks can tighten up their possession through the neutral zone and see if maybe they can out-muscle them. Possibility, but I don't know.
Gotcha. AJ, what do you expect from the Fly Guys Tuesday night? AJ.
Yep. Sorry, I was looking at something. Didn't realize I was muted. Boy, I mean, I hope that it's still somewhat fresh in their minds, the embarrassing way that the Flyers opened the season at the Tank. So I'm hoping that the Sharks have a little bit, a scotch of memory from that. And it would also be nice if the power play continued, as because the Flyers are going to take some liberties. So and I mean, we certainly saw a parade tonight. I mean, was it like 3 straight slashing calls in a row? It seemed like. So, anywho, I think the hopefully the Sharks should be fine, and like I said, have that memory of how Philly started the season, because that game sucked.
Yeah.
And where are we at right now with power play goals for the month of November?
We're at 4. We're at 4 power play,
and
4
4
shorthanded, and I think 5 disallowed. Pretty much.
Oh my God, you are not kidding about that. But hey, like I said, this mountain of diversity now it's like in the movie where they have to deal with all the school bullies and they have to find ways to get around it to be the freaking genius master in the end to win the final championship and everything. Like this is important, man. This means something. All these disallowed goals.
Well, and there was a couple people in my section losing their minds because we saw at the other end. I couldn't, opposite end of the ice. But who was it that it should have been a goal, but intent to blow BS in the first period?
Oh, that was Wardo.
Oh, okay, so that happens. And then I don't even know that it was 2 minutes later, and down at our end, there's big happening in the paint, and we're like, "Where's the whistle?" They were so quick to blow it earlier during the Wardo thing, and then people are screaming, "Where's the whistle?" So it's, I don't know, that distracted boyfriend meme that I put up yesterday just keeps going and going and going right now.
Yeah, Philly is on a downhill slide right now. The Flyers are lost their last 2 in OT. They're 2-3-5 in their last 10. They are at 22 points. They're at 8-9-6 on the campaign. So they're hoping that they can revive their chomping against San Jose from opening night. As for the Pacific Division, Vegas still is on top at 31 points. The Kings are at 29. They just won in the shootout over Anaheim. 2-1 the final there. They're at 29 points. Calgary is at 27. The Sharks now hold the number 1 wild card spot at 26. Chicago at 25. And then behind them, it's 3 teams tied for 25, Dallas, Vancouver, Minnesota, and then Colorado and Anaheim at 24. So quite possibly by the time the Sharks get to play the Flyers, they could be third to last in the Western Conference right now.
I didn't realize Anaheim was having such a bad time.
Yeah, they've now lost 2 in a row, and plus the injuries that they've had. Getzlaff, Kessler. I think Miller just came back tonight.
And Raquel is out.
And Raquel's out now? Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. See, and that's a good chunk of their scoring. So, yeah. So you're looking at that, and it's going to be a tight race, as it usually is early on in the West and in the Pacific. It always seems like that.
Can I give you a couple quick ones right now? First off, in the chat, where'd you get that shirt, buddy?
Oh, this is the second time I've gotten asked about this shirt. Eric Poole, who usually does the those little matchup graphics for the playoffs, I believe for TSN, he designed this. I'll try to pull it up and retweet it, but I believe his Twitter handle is epool88. Yeah, epool88 is his Twitter handle, and he's got a bunch of stuff on there. It's not just hockey too, for that matter, but you've seen a lot of his mascot artwork, and he had this on a shirt. And
hey. Is that Eric Poole as in Patrick, or Cool as in Couture?
Poole, Poole.
Patrick.
So
there you go.
So EPOOLE88 on the Twitter machine.
Speaking of Twitter machine, somebody coming back when we, because again, I ask Rocket. I watch my fair share of news TV, and
you could say that.
This whole Marchand, I just didn't, because I just wasn't even considering it, because I thought it was like that would just be so silly. But on Twitter, somebody replying to me, April 404, saying, with so much controversy around it, I'm not sure I understand why the Sharks even went through with giving the bobbleheads out tonight at all. I'm sure there is a reason. And yes, because if we don't give them out, Trump wins. That's essentially it. Remember 15, 16 years ago, whenever if you don't do this, the terrorists win. Now that seems to be where we're at now.
Oh,
you don't do it. But somebody else bringing up Teriyaki 240 saying that they've never been a big supporter of the whole Bay Area Unite thing, the promos, whether it's the Sharks hat that they're going to do next week. Earlier this year we had the A's shirt with the green A shirt with the yellow Sharks logo and the A's colors. There's going to be another Warriors jersey. What do you think about these, Eric?
For me, I think it's awesome, just because you have so many teams in the Bay Area to kind of cross promote. I think is pretty cool, and for the sake of the Sharks, I think they could take any promotion they possibly can handle.
Right? Yeah.
And to kind of stretch it out, not just have it Giants and Warriors this year. You're kind of getting the Raiders involved. You had the A's promotion this year. You had the Giants one last year and the one coming up. I mean, it's a great way to promote, all the teams. I'm still waiting for the Earthquakes mashup, and I can't wait for the ode to the Sabercats.
Oh, dear Lord.
The interesting one is, even though they aren't in the Bay Area, would they ever do a Sacramento Kings
No.
mashup night?
No. Yeah. I mean, Gentry, your thoughts on the whole mashup thing? Because I if it's two teams that I'm interested in, like Sharks and Giants, then it's like, well, it's not bad. It's okay, but
it doesn't really bother me because it's just like it gives me a reason to kind of go to all Bay Area sporting events, so to speak. Because I don't really like going to A's games and stuff like that because I'm not really that big of a fan. However, but if it's a Sharks, if it's a Sharks like, hey, we're gonna give out a Sharks beanie, and if some Sharks players are gonna be there, I'll be there. But it's just a good way of promoting, the Bay Area as a whole.
yeah, I'd like to see the other Bay Area teams reciprocate a little bit better.
Yeah, no, I'd love to see
Big time.
I would love to see the Warriors do like a Sharks night or something like that, because that would help, because there wasn't any, bad mouthing. Oh, nice. Because there wasn't any bad mouthing from the Sharks. They supported the Warriors, before they became the biggest bandwagon fan base ever. So,
What do you? I mean, Rocket. Do you see? Has there been even something like this with like a mashup with the Titans or anything?
Oh, hell no. No, not even close. Hockey's like somewhere below girls lacrosse in Tennessee sports.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Well,
Ouch. But yeah, I think it's something pretty cool, and I think more uniquely in the Bay Area because you have so many teams. But it's happened before. I know I've seen like the Ducks and Angels have cross promotion nights. The Kings and Dodgers do it as well. I know I've seen the Blues and the Cardinals get together, and especially I think it was like a week or two after the Rams had just announced they were leaving for LA. They had, I think the Cardinals come together and they had like a big old speech to say, we're here to be united for St. Louis and we're going to drop the puck together because, these two teams have been here for the longest time and we're planning to stay here, and a big F you to Gronky and Stan Gronky for that matter.
yeah.
So,
I mean, all the things that they've put out. Like, I was a little disappointed in the Giants jersey. I loved the idea, but the fact that it's so thin and you can see right through it, I was kind of like, it should have been a black or orange, not the cream colored one. But what are you going to do?
Did somebody say orange?
Nah. But I mean, I loved this hat to give away at the Giants game.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite hats, and it's got the Sharks logo on the back. But the one that I think was almost even harder to find was the one that they actually sold in store. That's the actual fitted one. I dig those hats. I'm surprised that they don't sell that stuff. Well, I guess they do. It's the people who get it. They sell it on OfferUp and eBay at a slightly increased price point.
Oh yeah, of course. I know they had a Warriors colored one as well, and that was like $45. So, no, good, pretty good on that one. So
Okay, so the worst mashup jersey that I've seen. It was, oh God.
Was it the Burger King and Kings jersey?
No, this is I'm talking about here in Nashville. There was I can't remember which one of their players was in the World Cup, and he's from Sweden, I think. So whichever team was blue with the three little crowns on it.
Sweden.
Okay, so there's a person who plays for the Preds, and they were on that team in the World Cup of Hockey. So there was this promo mashup jersey where one half of the jersey was this dude's World Cup of Hockey jersey. So it's blue with the little yellow crowns on it. And then the Predators home jersey on the other side. So it was gold with the blue piping on it and stuff. And then his name in the different fonts. And like the blues weren't even the same color. One was a navy blue and the other was like a royal blue. It was the ugliest sublimated damn mat. It was so hideous. People sport these things around like they're gold. They're
Gotcha. All right. Well, I think we are at the limit for tonight. So let's go through final thoughts. Notch, bro.
Sorry, I was too busy sweeping the Kings in NHL 18. But yeah, I
I
thought
had a feeling you're doing that.
great game from the boys. Liked it. I entertaining. Good defense. Sticks where they needed to be. Scoring on the power play is always a good thing. You tend to win games when you do that. Shorthanded goals are always very nice, and yeah, it's nice to see, and it's nice to see guys like Burns and Pavelski on the score sheet. So if you get those guys rolling, then you'll start to see those wins kind of triculate, and you'll start to see the offense pick up again. So, all in all, glad to see that this West Side Story ended with the Sharks winning. Oh, and before I transfer off. Woo!
Oh God. AJ, no comment. Final thoughts.
No, I don't know if you've all seen it, but have you seen a movie, a nice little tale called Pulp Fiction?
Yes.
Okay, there's a scene towards the end of Pulp Fiction where two idiots are trying to rob a diner, and the primary characters, that's played by John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. is trying to calm the situation, and when Travolta begins to escalate it for a second, his phrase that he utters is, "Vince, shut the fuck up." And tonight, every time I heard that, woo, those words kept going through my head from Samuel L. Jackson. Just shut the fuck. I mean, so tired of that.
Yeah, you know what? It even got to the point where Teal City Crew tweeted, "Stop the woo," and that's and they were massively supportive of getting the Shark Tank in the crowd, live and crazy crowd. But even Kurt and the crew were like, no.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? I'll be busy putting together a meme later today just to address this. But yeah, I'm so tired of this. It's sometimes it's a little annoying when you're watching the game on TV, but there was a point at this game where it was like 3-0, like 8 minutes left, and just, I don't know, just wasn't a lot of energy in the building. Maybe people still having a little bit of turkey coma, and all of a sudden, just the whole thing is, it's one asshole does it, and then everybody's, oh, I can be an asshole too, woo! Oh my god,
jeez,
that was too much.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, since you have the mic, really quick, final thoughts from you, Mr. Strong.
Hey, you the refs kicked your butt. Yeah, yes, I thought you guys had it. It should have been a 2-game winning streak, but you just beat the second best team in the West. So keep it up. Hopefully this trip, because the fact is they've had one significant road trip. So hopefully this one, going back east, and that significant road trip was almost or over a month ago. So hopefully this brings them together and whatever. just figure it out, boys.
Yeah, no kidding. And let's hope that Dell is okay. Jones is okay.
Jones is okay, and also love the slapper from Heed tonight, and was very impressed by with Dylan being promoted up with Burns tonight.
Very nice. Yes. No. Maybe he's the new Burns whisperer for it. I know she was having some mic issues. Rocket, if you can hear us, your final thought. Let's see if you can roll with it. No.
Either I've gone deaf or we can't.
No, maybe the setting. Maybe change the settings.
Poor Rocket.
well.
She's just gonna have to She's gonna have to learn sign language soon enough. Or
I
get a new
I can possibly read her lips. It goes a little something like this. It goes, "Oh my God, Dylan, blah blah blah, Dylan, blah blah blah. He's so
I can't
handsome."
believe AJ did not get that puck. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, and Dylan. Oh
Dilly
my
dilly.
Dilly, dilly dally, shilly shally. Oh my God, Dylan, I love everything about the man. Sharks win, yay! Look at my hair.
She's writing in our little private chat. Interpretive dance. Dylan is the best. Yeah.
So, in many terms, I wasn't that far off. I think I'm good at being the rocket backhander whisperer.
You have the camera focused on her, right? So
Yeah.
people
Oh,
can enjoy this?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure people were actually able to enjoy this, and we're only 3 subscribers away from 600. So come on, people, help a brother out.
If we get to 600 by the end of the night, I will stop wooing every time I get on.
Oh my God. Oh, for freaking crying out loud, please get to 600 tonight because I can't stand Gentry right now. I'll kick his butt. Or better yet, I can
Oh
just...
my Lord. This is like one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. You know what? I'm going to turn this into a GIF later. Oh, now we've gone to Hawaii and it's a hula thing.
Oh, yes. The hula. I'm waiting for the river dance now. That'd be great.
Yeah, no, it's part like luau, part Vanna White.
Show me 2 ways.
Oh, she's gonna break up she's gonna break up.
Dude, she's gonna start doing the sprinkler in a minute.
Yes, in the shopping cart. Yes. Nice. See, this is. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I'm not lying. I'm this is gonna be my new screensaver.
Heck yeah. See, everything. I love.
She can dance if she wants to. She can leave her friends behind. If you're not friends with Brendan Dillon, because you're not Rocket Backhander fan.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yes. You know what? Round of applause for Rocket, even though her mic fell apart. That's freaking awesome. And there's she is
upside down.
Turn it over. No, the other way. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, Brendan Dillon.
Hey, look, there's no A in that name.
Oh my God. Wow. You do not let things go. Jeez. All right. With that, we will wrap it up here. For all of us here at Teal 10 USA. If you missed anything tonight, you can check us out on teal10usa.com. Otherwise, you can hit us up on the favorite podcatcher, whether it's iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, YouTube, you name it. Please, we are so close to 600 people. My gosh, tell your friends that live in Flin Flon, Manitoba. I mean, we're crying out loud. Please do so.
And only 19 away from hitting 2,000 on Twitter. That's
right. And let's get to 400 on the Facebook by the All-Star game. So with that, for Gentry, for AJ, for the interpretive dance, Gentry. What? Don't. I'm used to saying "shut up, AJ."
Yeah, I know.
There we go.
Hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So.
No. Turn it back off. Dance was better.
Wow.
Because I was just,
Yes. I was that.
Enthralled. I was like, Jesus Christ, get this woman some glow sticks pronto.
You know what? That would have been so good if we had Sandstorm queued up.
Oh, dude, you read my mind, Gentry. You straight up read my mind.
Well, I told you, I'm able to translate.
Yeah, that'd be the best.
Oh, man.
That needs to be the next Sharks goal song.
There we go.
I recommended that for Vegas, and they told me no.
Well, I just did that because I actually posted the video of when it happened tonight. And boy, did they wait until the very end to do it tonight.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, it was like 1:11 left or something like that, right?
Yeah. I was going to say, here
Not
you go.
Not that I'm accurate or anything, so. Whatever.
All right. With that.
Interpretive Brendan Dillon is the best dance.
The Brent and Dylan Sandstorm dance. There you go.
Oh God.
There you go. All right, no pressure, Rocket. We'll
Yeah.
put you on the spot.
Post Thanksgiving dance. I got my turkey ears on.
There you go. Here's how we'll get to 600 subscribers, everyone. Oh man. With that, we will wrap this up. For all of us here at TealTownUSA.com, thank you for watching. We will see you Tuesday after the Flyers game. Keep it real, keep it teal, keep it real, teal.
Keep it sandstorm.
Keep it sandstorm.